Puffy had 3 security guards with him, and he basically made this guy drop to his knees and give him oral sex.
Damn.
With the 3 security guards watching.
Damn.
What's the most number of people you've seen having sex in a room at one time?
6.
6 people. Is Diddy one of them?
Yes.
One leaked clip could expose decades of secrets. A male escort has just released a shocking video from Diddy's infamous parties, and the fallout is explosive.
Combs was in the tape, and this other person is, I would venture to say, more high profile than Mr. Combs.
Really? Really? And you've seen it?
I've seen stills of the video.
Okay.
So
you can verify
that it exists, that it's real, that the other person in the video is very visible. It's no question if it's that person in the video, and I can tell the video was pornographic in nature.
Oh my, all right. So we know that he videotaped a lot of activities at his home, Diddy. And it sounds like there was probably a lot of hidden cameras as well. Is that what is being talked about?
Yes, this was actually in his Atlanta home, at a home he had in Atlanta at one point. And it does seem that the person isn't like looking into the video, so it's, to me, doesn't seem like that person knows they're being videotaped. It doesn't seem like they're active participant in the videotaping, like they're being surreptitiously recorded it.
In the dazzling world of celebrity, nothing is ever as it seems. Today, we take you inside the secretive realm of seeing Diddy Combs, where scandal, power, and betrayal intertwine. Our investigation uncovers a shocking leak, a tape released by a mysterious figure known only as John Doe. But what does this footage reveal? And how does it connect to the long, controversial saga of alleged abuse and wild parties that have cast a shadow over Diddy's career?
The civil lawsuits are wild. There's this new guy that popped up that basically said that Puffy faced him at the back of a Macy's. You heard this one?
I didn't hear about the face.
Yes.
I didn't hear about the
face lawsuit right now.
There's a
with a guy.
lawsuit, right? So face is the new baby oil.
I guess so.
Face is an ill term. You just said that's a wild term. Face.
Yeah, this guy who worked for Echo at the time, I guess, ran into Puffy in the stockroom of a Macy's right here, right down the street, the flagship store. Puffy had 3 security guards with him, and he basically made this guy drop to his knees and give him oral sex.
Damn.
With the 3 security guards watching.
Damn.
I'm sure they're looking at each other going like, man, they don't pay me enough for this shit. Like,
yeah, I'd be like, yo, man, fuck
tomorrow.
this shit, man. It's got to be another rapper I can work for. I'll work security at Madison Square Garden. This is too much, man. At what point is it? Like, I know it's good, but this is crazy. We get the yachts and occasional, second, the second and third chick, but this is at a certain point, it's like, come on, man. I've had enough. And I'm you get me heating up the baby oil. This is, come on, man. I'm just supposed to be like a security guard pushing people away, like, fending off autograph seekers. This is too much.
Diddy's in the room?
Yes, I've seen that too.
Okay. How many people are actually having sexual relations in one room at a time?
Well, that varies.
What's the most number of people you've seen having sex in a room at one time?
6.
6 people. Is Diddy one of them?
Yes.
Okay. Was it heterosexual?
It was diabolical.
Meaning?
I seen Diddy. This ain't my first time seeing Diddy doing things with a man in my face.
What was he doing?
I never seen Diddy have sex with a man. I seen Diddy doing things that I always kind of was like, whoa, my bad. And he'll be doing kissing and rubbing it.
What, you've seen Diddy kiss a man?
I definitely seen Diddy kiss a man. I walked into the room and seen Diddy kiss a man. A powerful man.
Okay. Do you say who that is?
That what? I can't. Yeah.
Someone...
Because that person is still in the music industry and it's a big dog. And,
all right, so if you were to say that name, I would know who that is right off top.
Yes, you would.
Is this a openly gay man?
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
Court documents filed in the Southern District of New York on February 26 accused Diddy of a disturbing sexual assault that allegedly took place in 2012. A Florida-based male escort, identified as John Doe, claims he was coerced into degrading acts at New York's Intercontinental Hotel. According to Doe, Diddy forced him to engage in both oral and penetrative sex with the woman in the room, an allegation that has sparked intense controversy. He further asserts that Diddy gave him water from a bottle and rubbed baby oil all over his body, leaving him feeling completely powerless and out of control.
Says that he was contacted by Diddy, said that they were going to meet at a hotel in New York City, and he showed up there, and Diddy was there with a girlfriend. He doesn't name the girlfriend, but says that that immediately they, got naked. And that Diddy forced the sex worker to perform a sex act on his girlfriend for several hours, and then he brings up something we've heard in other lawsuits. That is baby oil. Feeling like you were drunk.
Right. The lawsuit does not name the victim, but says John Doe worked for what's being called a male companion service out of Florida in 2012. It says Doe would travel to New York upon Combs' request. In one instance, Doe allegedly went to the Intercontinental Hotel in New York, and Combs is accused of ordering him to perform sex acts on a female companion. Doe claims that Combs had him drink from a water bottle, and then Combs rubbed baby oil on Doe's body. The lawsuit says that Doe felt like he had been drunk and not in complete control of his body, which may have been because of either the oil or what was in that water.
In a chilling turn, Doe alleges that Diddy further violated him by inserting his finger. According to Doe, Diddy then issued a threatening warning, saying, "If I can get pack hit, what the f do you think can happen to you?"
And then he alleges that that Diddy then sodomized him.
Right.
Some of that stuff we've heard in other lawsuits. The twist here is something that he said occurred during the sexual assault, something that Diddy said to him that references another really notorious thing that Diddy, his name is attached to, but he has never been accused of this. But in this lawsuit, the male sex worker says that Diddy said to him, "If I can get Pac, as in Tupac, hit, what the blank do you think can happen to you?"
Like, don't say anything.
Right. It was a threat of
Your mouth shut.
keep your mouth shut about this, otherwise I'm going to do to you what I did to Tupac.
The suit says after multiple hours of being ordered to degrade and perform degrading acts on that female companion, John Doe tried to leave by going to the bathroom. And that's when the lawsuit accuses Combs of sexually assaulting John Doe while telling him to stay. The suit says Combs raped John Doe for 4 to 5 minutes before threatening him. Combs allegedly told the man, quote, "You better not say a word to anybody about this. Did you hear me?" And he continued by saying, quote, "I'm not bleeping playing with you." Then, in this lawsuit, John Doe accuses Combs of invoking the name of Tupac and his murder by saying this in quotes, "I'm not bleeping playing with you. If I can get Pac hit, what bleep do you think can happen to you?" Pac, aka Tupac, was killed in 1996 in a drive-by shooting in Nevada. While Combs and Tupac were on different ends of the East Coast, West Coast rap rivalry of the 90s, police never considered Combs a suspect in Tupac's murder, or they haven't said so publicly. Anything tying Diddy to Tupac has been speculation and part of the rumor mill, no solid, concrete facts. Currently, former LA area gang leader Dwayne Keefe D. Davis is charged with Tupac's murder. He's been the only person criminally charged in this case. The 61-year-old was arrested in September 2023 and has pleaded not guilty. Davis has tried to shift the blame for Tupac's murder to Combs in his court proceedings.
Needless to say, Diddy's team is absolutely denying this. They're saying that no matter how many lawsuits are filed against Diddy, they're still maintaining their innocence, saying that he did not sexually assault anyone. I mean, it just feels somewhat, with the exception of the Tupac bit here, it feels like deja vu all over again. Since he was indicted, I mean, it just feels like every week we see some type of lawsuit from a Jane Doe or a John Doe alleging, sexual assault, among other things, and I'm just curious when it's finally going to come to an end, if it even does.
If it does, exactly. Yeah. Because remember, all of these lawsuits, Diddy and his team, they're not going to deal with any of this until after they're done dealing with the federal
lawsuits,
case.
Money. Diddy's life, his freedom is on the line right now, right?
But what they could come together here, because what we've learned is that the individual who's filed this lawsuit is willing, if the feds want to sit down with him, is willing to testify. He actually wants to talk to prosecutors because they feel that they are a prime example of what the feds have alleged. And so therefore...
And I'm sure the feds will take them up on that, Charles. I mean, this is alleged to have happened around 2012 time. I would think that the feds would absolutely want to sit down with this John Doe.
Yeah, at the very least, to have the conversation, get the information, whether or not they actually becoming a testifying, witness.
Right.
Meanwhile, a separate expose by Rolling Stone uncovers yet another disturbing chapter. Male sex worker Nathan shares his experiences at Diddy's infamous freak-offs, revealing that in 2019, Diddy invited him to a threesome at Miami's upscale One Hotel. What seemed like a night of indulgence quickly took a far more sinister turn.
At all relevant times, a Las Vegas-based entertainer who aspired to become a musician. Knowing that plaintiff desperately sought a breakthrough in the music industry, Combs enticed plaintiff with fraudulent promises of a career in the music industry. Combs used his false promises of career and advancement as weapons, trapping plaintiff in a vortex of exploitation and fear. Combs did not follow through with these promises. Instead, Combs subjected plaintiff to a relentless pattern of sexual assaults, death threats, clandestine recording, blackmail, and psychological manipulation that far exceeded any bounds of consent or professionalism. So very similar allegations to what is leveled in Combs' criminal indictment and other lawsuits as well. This lawsuit continues, quote, Combs dehumanized plaintiff and reduced him to a mere object for Combs' own amusement and to satisfy his own sexual fetishes. Combs gravely exploited plaintiff, effectively imprisoning him and controlling him through surreptitious surveillance and filming. Combs' recordings were not just blatant invasions of plaintiff's privacy, but he wielded them as tools of blackmail, forcing plaintiff to continuously comply with his perverse sexual demands. Combs covertly plaintiff to strip plaintiff of his ability to resist his sexual demands. Bad Boy Entertainment, Combs' production company, facilitated Combs' calculated abuse and played a significant part in Combs' ruthless scheme to exploit plaintiff.
Well, one of the things that was mentioned in the lawsuit was the freak-offs.
Yes.
So, in the lawsuit, Cassie said while in New York, Diddy told her that he wanted to engage in a fantasy of his called voyeurism. He said it would turn him on if he saw Cassie with another dick. So, he allegedly forced her to engage in sex acts with male sex workers while he would masturbate and film it. First time, Diddy hired a man, brought him to his home in Los Angeles. Everyone was wearing masquerade masks.
I could believe.
And everyone took drugs. He would instruct her to perform sex acts with the man while he watched. He would masturbate and, have the man do specific acts. This would last for multiple days. He would call them freak-offs or FOs. And he would basically tell her that he wanted this thing all the time. And eventually he would have her actually go to websites to hire these male sex workers herself. He basically said that this was our thing and our secret. These freak-offs would happen at all types of hotels all around the country. At one point in 2013, they were at the Intercontinental in New York, where there was like tens of thousands of dollars of damages in the hotel after one of these. She said the chief of staff, Tony Fletcher, paid the invoice. Were you around Tony Fletcher?
Yes, I was.
Okay.
These explosive revelations have shattered Diddy's once glamorous image, forcing the public to confront the darker reality hidden behind the fame. As legal battles intensify, he now faces charges of racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation for the purpose of prostitution, with his trial set for May 5th.
Story about Diddy's party within a party. Everybody knows about his famous white parties. It would attract people like Leonardo DiCaprio, Paris Hilton, Mariah Carey, a whole crowd of well-known people. Howard Stern would be there. But what maybe they didn't know about, and maybe you don't know about, is that there would be a party within the party. As the night wore on, these sort of A-list names would go home. It's like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Okay, the party's over, let's leave. Well, for some people, the party was only just beginning. there would be like back bedrooms where Diddy and his, let's say, more debauchery-oriented friends would have a different kind of party. I spoke with a gentleman who was a dealer who would deliver to Diddy at the legit white party and at the other party. And he recalled a story in which he went to make a delivery, knocked on the door, Diddy answered in his robe, brought him back there, and the guy, did what he did with the they did the transaction. And he said the shocking thing to him wasn't that there were or that there were, naked ladies or naked men or, all kinds of powders laying around. What was shocking to him was what he saw rappers doing. He goes, I saw rappers doing things I never expected to see, and it totally changed the way I look at them. I guess he's saying there was male-on-male sex among rappers, which not everybody knew about.
So 2C is the coke, but they take the cat and cook it up. And they fold it into the cup. Now, if you don't know what cat is what they call on the street special cat. It's a veterinary, it's a horse tranquilizer. Now, gay men have been using this for years. See, back in the day, if you went to a gay party or a gay rave, there were certain drugs you will always find on hand. Viagra, ecstasy, special K, and cocaine. Now see, the can keep you up all night, but unfortunately, it gives you limp noodle because of what the blood flow is. So you wants to fuck with a half-hard dick all night. So that's why you have the Viagra to make sure that the dick involuntarily stays hard while you're numbing yourself with the coke. Now see, the cat, that's a horse tranquilizer, so that relaxes all your muscles. You could get by 80-ton gorillas. You wouldn't feel a thing. So now, your dick is gonna stay hard. You numbed up and you high. You got the cat in you, so you don't feel. And then you add that to put in the feeling that you've now blocked out, and now you got a party.
Freak off cocktail.